Hi, my name is Jimmy and recently I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire. Like probably more Slay the Spire than I reasonably should. And while I was slaying said spire, a primal urge in me awoke, telling me that I really need to make a deck building roguelike. That also has to be grid based because I was playing Into the Breach as well, so yeah. With my basic game idea in hand, I set out on my divine quest to actually watch tutorials on how grid based games work in Godot, because I have no idea. So I made this, using tutorials. Thank you GD Quest. After adding this orange box that just follows the green box, I decided that I was finally ready to start my first real prototype. And then I made a very educational video to tell you guys what's going on in this prototype. You are going to find a space for all the cards in your hand at the bottom right of the screen. These cards are going to cover all your needs, like movement, healing, or if you're feeling extra adventurous, even attacking. In this demonstrational video, you are going to learn how anyone can play cards in insert game title here. First, notice the log above the grid. The 4 on this log indicates that this turn 4 cards have to be played. Every card you put into play is part of a sequence, so here, once confirm is pressed, this knight is going to first move up, then left, then back to the right, and then finally back down to its original square. It is very important to carefully plan out your turns, because if enemies are present, they will play their turn after every card of yours that is played. Speaking of enemies, let's end this demonstrational video by watching the knight get brutally stabbed by some skeletons. After this truly exciting homicide, I took some time to really express my feelings artistically, you know? Now that you know how the game works, it is time to talk about game design. The first thing you need to understand is that the player should always feel under control. If not, the game will just feel unfair, especially if there are a lot of enemies and it gets really hard to keep track of everything that is happening. So let's ask a mysterious off voice for things that are currently shit so we can make some better shit.
Enemy shit.
Oh no.
Move card shit.
What?
Attack card shit.
Oh my god.
Enemy shit.
The skeleton you just saw just runs up to the player and then instantly attacks. This aggressive behavior is obviously good for later in the game, but it does expect the player to have some better cards, and you just heard the off voice. So I changed it to lock onto the player's position in one turn and attack the turn after that. Also, I added 2 other enemies. The first one wants to get on the same row or column as the player and then dashes towards the player. The other one wants to be diagonal to the player, and after one turn of getting ready, just like the new skeleton, it will shoot in the direction of the player. Pop quiz, in which direction is this guy rolling right now? Oh, you don't know? Well, guess what? We have arrows now.
Move card shit.
Look at these cards. They suck. Not only are they weak, but you also need a lot of them to make movement actually work. So, new movement card. Now you get to choose when the card is actually played in which direction you want to move. This isn't just a stronger and more usable card, but it also gives the player more control in a phase where they usually wouldn't be able to control anything.
Attack card shit.
You might wonder...
Hey Jimmy, Poke says it attacks the closest enemy, but what if there are 2 enemies, both close?
Well, basically look at the grid and then just read the grid like you would read a book from left to right, row for row. And then just pick the first thing that you encounter. Yeah. That being said, Poke is pretty shit. I'm not gonna make it better though. I might dash instead. It combines movement and attack, so yeah. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say, but like not just for this segment, but in general for this video, so go watch something else, bro.